Be your own kind of beautiful. Curvy is so beautiful. Plus size is so wonderful. Being thick has benefits. I'm not your ordinary cheek. I've got a lot of love to share with blue short and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know I'm my own kind of beautiful. Think it's your sexy girl. Don't just be ashamed. No, 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 no. Yeah. Be your own kind of beautiful. You're so beautiful.
Oh,
If you're plus size, it don't matter. If you got curves, it don't matter. Maybe a little thick, it don't matter. Be your own kind of beautiful. Keep your head up, it don't matter. Don't be discouraged, it don't matter. Let the world know that it don't matter. Be your own kind of beautiful. Curvy is so beautiful. Plus size is so wonderful. Being thick has benefits. I'm not your ordinary cheek. I've got a lot of love to share with blue short and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know I'm my own kind of beautiful. Think it's your sexy girl. Don't just be ashamed. No, 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 no. Yeah. Be your own kind of beautiful. You're so beautiful.
all right. We're live. Shout out to Diamond and Jim. They're having an event today in Brooklyn. If you guys are out and about, check them out. It's an indie showcase for aspiring artists, indie artists. So they're doing something great for the community, and we support them 100%. Okay, Lay, let me move this out the way, and we'll get to our conversation. How are you doing
I'm
today?
doing great.
Happy Sunday.
Happy, definitely.
This is the legendary Hall of Fame DJ Mix Master Ice from the legendary rap group UTFO. And here is hip hop artist Blackwell.
Let's get it.
Sliders and battles on my way. Bound baby on and just on my table. Got me feeling, I'm feeling like okay. My cup is in, come sing my way. My kind of God, you need paradise. I need big life.
What you want?
Like mothers, if I be design on my way.
That's from my other artist, Lay, Mike Blackwell. So shout out to him today. We're just saying hi to everybody. We're just saying hi to everybody, sharing the love today. He is a plus size. What do you call him? A plus size rapper. He's always saying positive things about plus size.
And that's a good thing.
It's a great thing, you know. It's always positive, though. I'm just trying to move this out of the way so we can get on with our show. And while I'm doing that, our guest, guess who our guest is going to be? Can you guess, Lay?
Well, our guess is going to be you.
I'm going to guess you're right because we had a guest to come, but I thought you were going to be in Brooklyn. So I said,
yeah, I was supposed to be in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, I couldn't make Brooklyn.
yeah.
So it's very important that we make sure that we keep our fans in tune one way or another. When we say 3 o'clock, it's going to be 3 o'clock.
It's going to be
Either we're going to be live on Zoom or we're going to be at an event. I was supposed to be at an event, but that didn't happen. So we're going to do our regular program.
Yeah.
And we decided today to interview the one and only
Ah,
Jamila Jay
yeah.
Girl Talk.
Yep,
Even
that's
though
me.
I want all the fans to know I am not a woman, but I am a
We
host
know that much.
on a Girl Talk show, which is
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
because it's very important that we have a man input.
yeah, man perspective. But you know, it's not just for girls. I mean, you know, initially I started off wanting to interview plus size models and actors and, you know, plus size photographers, everybody in the plus size community. But it's bigger than just one niche. You know, I like to I like to have conversations, deep conversations with people, regardless of size, shape, color, ethnicity. I think it's important to have great conversation and great communication, regardless if you're plus size, if you're not, you're skinny, you're thin. Everybody comes to the table with emotional baggage, childhood trauma, and you know just everyday survival. So it's just good to have, you know, some people call it their church, you know, but it's just good, real conversation. So that's what Jamila J Girl Talk is about. And I don't think Jamila J Girl Talk would be even, I don't know, it would be possible, but I think from a man's perspective, it makes it much better.
And I agree with that. I definitely agree. And definitely the program is very diverse,
Yeah.
but also the title is Girl Talk. So I just wanted to get that out there. And we decided to interview Jamila. Why? Because ever since I've been on the program, she have not been interviewed. And it's very important that the
I never have been
audience,
interviewed. I never have been interviewed. I've
that the
always interviewed other people. So people
right,
want to know a little bit about me, or
right.
I think
And it's
pretty
very
much to
important
do.
that the audience know
Yeah.
who is Jamila Jay, the founder of Girl Talk.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm the founder of Girl Talk. I'm the founder of a lot of stuff. A lot of businesses. I'm just
Give the
an
audience
entrepreneur.
a synopsis on you and what you do,
Well, what do I do? First of all,
and be specific.
yeah, I mean, I have so many. I'm a creator, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an educator, um, you know, I'm a mom.
When you say educator, are you talking about professionally?
Yeah,
Okay, let's
I'm a
let the audience know
professional.
what's going
Yeah,
on.
I am a educator in terms of a teacher. I've been teaching for about 20 years, but I've always kind of did my own thing. I've always had my own businesses. So, you know, as a teacher, I would have my own, you know, I had my own school. And then from there, I went to like tutorial services. And throughout the pandemic, I was able to sustain myself and work with kids that did not have any opportunities to stay on target, to, you know, to have that support at home. So that's one part of me. That's something I do. I taught K through college courses. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I always have been, always will be, and of course a mom. So in terms of entrepreneurship, um, I think I had the school before any of this stuff. Um, I think it was in 2006. I had a school, and what I wanted to do when I worked in public school, I noticed that a lot of the kids, especially in high school, they 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 didn't know their multiplication, and it was such a high dropout rate at that time. And I had some money then, then, and I said, well, what can I do to, build these kids up? So I started a school. It was the first Unity Academy, and we worked with a lot of juvenile delinquents, high school dropouts, teen moms, teen dads, trying to give them a place where they fitted in, where they didn't fit in. And also, what I noticed with a lot of those kids is they didn't have the right Jordans, they didn't have the right, Nike sweatsuits. They were poor kids, and they just didn't fit into the school system because it's very, where I lived at the time, it's like if you didn't have the latest Jordans, um, I think the first shoes that shocked me was my son. He was in eighth grade. He wanted a pair of I think it was Forerunners or something. And it was like those shoes were over $100. I said, "Are you kidding me? I don't pay $100 for my shoes." So that was a wake up call. So, but if you didn't have the Nikes and certain shoes, you just didn't fit in. But if you went to Payless, I don't know if they still have Payless, or if you guys had Payless, but Payless Shoe Source was a cheaper place. And then I think the Kmart brand or the Walmart brand, you were not cool. You were not cool.
This is why a lot of schools right now have uniforms.
They have uniforms. Yeah, and a lot of the kids didn't go to school because
let me ask you a question. What happened to the school?
I merged into another charter school at the time. So what had happened was we were on television, and they came in and they showed what we were doing, and then I think it was a superintendent called me and it's like, we want you to be a part of us. So I merged in. All the students went to that school, and we merged in with that particular school at the time.
Is the school still activated?
Well, it's not. Like I said, during the pandemic, I was doing, tutorial services and teaching kids at their house or at my house. So I still do that. Yeah, I do that even till today. I do that. There's a lot of opportunity in that field also because of the pandemic. The kids came back to school, and it was this year, January, when I started working. And okay, number one, a lot of the kids were obese. Number two, they did not want to be at school because they was used to being at school playing video games all day. So you have a group of kids. When the pandemic started, they were kindergartners, and now they're second graders. So that's a big developmental jump for those kids.
Yeah, that's improvement.
It should have been improvement, but it was not improvement. They were still, it was so weird that a lot of the kids, they talked like babies, but they were like, 8 years old, but they still talked like babies. And a lot of them just said, I can't read. I'm not a reader. Point blank, I am not a reader. I don't read. I can't read. So it was the pandemic did a lot for us as people, not even the death, but these kids were out of school for 2 years. And a lot of them, they just didn't want to be in school. They were used to being at home,
Right.
So it was a big transformation. And now this year is starting. And I'm just wondering, what's going to happen this year with these kids. There was a lot of kids.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How did you get into magazine? How did you get into the radio station?
Okay, so let me move over. That's one aspect. So I think it was 2010 when I started all this. I wanted to be I wanted to be an actor. I still like acting, but acting is hard for me. You really have to study. You have to know your lines. You have to get into character, and it's fun, but really seriously, it's an art. You have to study. You have to take the time and really. It's like a craft, just like anything else. So I wanted to be an actor. I saw Viola Davis, Loretta Devine. I mean, all these women that kind of look like me. They don't look like Holly Berry, but it's like, oh, they can, be on TV. So can I. And I always um, like biographies. I want to know where people came from, how they got started, what are they doing. So I watched a lot of Oprah. I mean, I think I watched every show she's ever had, just on YouTube for her whole years on TV. So I always liked that aspect of, interviewing, acting, TV. And so in the process, I was taking acting classes, and I was trying to get a manager. So I was taking acting classes. I got my headshots. So then next step is I want a manager. I want to be with the agent. So I start submitting my pictures to these agencies. And one lady just like flipped. She said, "Oh, you should be a plus size model." And I go, "Well, what's that? I'm an actor, I want to be, the next Viola Davis, She said, "No, no, I can get you, some commercials. I can get you, videos, things like that." I said, "Okay, hell, I'll give it a try." So it was good, plus size modeling. It was good. It was fun.
So
Um,
that was your first introduction into plus size modeling and fashion.
no, no, no. I had always been, I had always been into fashion and modeling when I was in high school. No, college. Um, in college, I went to the Fashion Institute. It's FITM. It's downtown LA. So during that time, I modeled. Um,
How
I
old was you then?
always was like, on the borderline of doing modeling and acting, but never like for real, for real. Like I can do that, but I never tried. I think one year my sister put me in the Miss Black America pageant, and it's like I can't see. I can't. What am I gonna do? But it was always something that I wanted to do, but never
Mhm.
really did it until I'm trying to go back. So I've always I've always Essence, Vogue. I was just the whole fashion thing, the Fashion Institute, um, modeling. Then I was a lot, it's like a size 8. I was a lot skinnier. So after you wasn't like real, real skinny, I was like, oh well, I didn't really consider modeling because I was not, like a size 0 or a size 4.
Right.
I was always, even if I was a size 8 or 10, I was still big because I have, I'm big boned. I'm never going to be real skinny. So, so where was I? So Fashion Institute. Um,
So have you modeled?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so you how old was you when you modeled?
I was at the Fashion Institute. I was
Well, I mean,
not,
how old when you would start running walking the runway?
yeah, I was probably 17
Okay.
because
Okay.
my birthday's in November, so I was always like a year,
Okay.
kind of a year behind everybody. But yeah, I started modeling like when I was 17, 18.
For
And
how
like I said,
long?
oh, I did it. I did it for when I was at the Fashion Institute for maybe 2 or 3 years, but
Okay.
it wasn't consistent. Like
Right.
now you can get jobs on the internet. It was like not consistent unless you had an agent. And so,
Yeah.
like I said, I would kind of jump into it and do a couple of shows, then jump out of it, And
All right.
then,
So how did you get into the magazine?
okay, okay, let me try to tell you. So it's all a part of okay. After I met the agent around
Oh, so you
2010,
did get an agent.
well, way in 2010. After okay, so Fashion Institute, and I think I modeled then. Then I went back to school. I went
Okay.
back to college because I didn't like working nights and weekends in retail. So I went back to school. Then I got married. I had kids, got
Mhm.
divorced. Then that's when everything kind of happened. My mother died, and
Sorry you had that.
life is too short,
Right.
to always want to do something and I never did it. So I'm
Right.
trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. So after my mother died, my oldest brother died 6 weeks later.
Mm.
That was it. And so during that time, I had got laid off from my teaching job. Every year they would lay you off, budget cuts, blah, blah, blah. Then September, they would hire you back. It was just
Mhm.
crazy. So they laid me off and I didn't go back. That's when I started to work with the agent. Now, the agent had some relationships with some magazines, and I formed relationships with a certain magazine. I don't want to name them. So I was writing for them, and I was like the face of that magazine. I really didn't know it, but I started writing for them. I really, really enjoyed
Is
it.
it a popular magazine now?
Yeah, yeah. For plus size, it's a plus size magazine. Yeah, yeah. It's still out there. It's pretty popular.
That's good.
It's known in the plus size communities or the industry. So I started working with them, writing, and I really liked it. I loved it. I loved writing and I loved fashion, and it was like I'm putting all this together. I did what they call was a designer spotlight. So that's how I met a lot of the people I know today was through that
Mhm.
magazine. And that's how a lot of people know me. So what I would do is, find a designer and I would interview them, write their story. And a lot of those people are still my friends. Now
That's
everything was
good
on
thing.
the East Coast, remind you, nothing was going on in LA or Oakland. Maybe like one show. I think Ashley Stewart would have a show once a year, but there was nothing really like New York. So New York was like the plus size capital as far as I was
Oh, is
concerned.
that right?
Yeah, yeah, because we didn't they don't they don't eat here. They want to be still that mentality of you have to be a size zero. You can never be too thin or too rich. But I don't agree with that mentality.
That thing changed now.
Maybe a little bit, yeah, but like shows like Mr. Debonair, he's coming. LA Fashion Week may have plus size models,
That's good.
but so going back to around 2010, working for the magazine, then I started just submitting. I used to just write. I used to love writing. If I
Mhm.
had something to say, I would write about it, submit it to all the magazines all around the world. I've been published maybe over 100 times
Oh,
all
that's
over the world, Africa, Canada, the
that's good.
Caribbeans. I mean, I just love writing and I always have something to say.
Mhm.
So I did that. And then what happened? Um, Even like I did some movies and I did television, I did commercials. But one thing I noticed every time, even when you're on set, it's like, what you doing next? What's going on next? So you're always in the mode of what's the next
Right.
thing that's gonna happen.
Always have something going.
Yeah, where's the next gig? What what are you doing next? So,
Okay, so when did you start gave you the idea to come out with your own magazine?
I'm kind of getting to that. Okay, you want me to just go straight to the magazine?
Well, I want to
okay, I'm trying to get it's like
I want to get a
it's
synopsis
not like
on different areas.
no,
that,
but it's not like damn the magazine. It's like a continuum of giving people an opportunity. That's to me, it's not about the money or the prestige. It's like giving people. So I have to. My mind is like order of operations, but I'm trying to get there. But if you want me to skip, I'll skip straight to the magazine.
No,
I had
no.
See, that's how my mind works. I used to teach math, so I have to go order of operations.
Yeah, just like if we were doing math, we have to order our operation.
Yeah.
Let's take that same scenario
and
put it in the business at hand of what you're speaking about. I agree 100%.
So that's please excuse my dear Sally. So, so as I was, going to auditions and looking for the next gig, it's like, oh, it's always this, that. You're always looking, right? Always. So I wanted to have a place where plus size talent can go to look for their next gig.
Was you a plus size at that time?
I've always been plus size.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always been plus size. I mean, even when I was like 12.
Okay.
When I was 12, my mother used to take me to the women's, the junior section.
Yeah, that's your lane.
Yeah, I've always been this size. So I was I created there's a group of tech people. They had these websites. And I called them, I emailed them and said, hey, why don't you do a plus size website? There's a lot of plus size talent out here. So then they did the plus size casting.com. You can go there, it's still there. I started that. But what I didn't like about that is that there was no interaction. There was no personal interaction, set up your resume, where's your headshots, don't use the cell phone. There was no personal touch to it. So I left them and I did Jamila Jay plus size casting.com. So from Jamila Jay plus size casting.com, I wanted to give these ladies an opportunity to be in magazines, to be on the cover, just like you. You have talent, but you can't say, well, I guarantee you'll be in this magazine, you got to submit. So I can guarantee I can get you in the magazine. I can get you on Girl Talk. I can get you in fashion shows. This is before the pandemic. I can get you into fashion shows. So I had everything. I wanted to be self-contained and not dependent on anybody. So I had the plus size casting. Okay. Then, the what came next? I always had clothes.
Company.
Huh?
You also had a casting company, or
I had
under one umbrella?
Jamila Jay plus size castings.
Okay.
So I didn't have to go to anybody like, can you hire this, person? I wanted to have everything accessible for these women that was serious, and they wanted to do fashion shows. They wanted to do photo shoots, do commercials for my clothes, Jamila J Fashions. So I wanted to have everything, and I do have everything like a one-stop shop.
Right.
And that's how the magazine came about. But the magazine came about also because I just love, I'm a creator. and I love fashion. I love photos. I think women, no matter what size or shape, you shouldn't have to, uh, be a size zero to be on the cover of a magazine,
Right.
or
I
you
agree.
they
I
shouldn't
agree.
have to be
I
five
agree 100%
nine
on that.
to be on the cover of a magazine. Every size has a market from 0 to 38. There's a market for petite zero women. There's a market
Mhm.
for 16 petite. There's a market for 18 tall. So
Right.
every size has a market because everybody is all different sizes. There's just not one size
Exactly.
that fashion presents. So there was a niche. There was a void, there was
Mhm.
a void in the marketplace. And I was thinking, okay, I got all this plus size going. Then I said, well, what am I going to do with this stuff? I had did a couple of television shows that I had to pay for, in San Francisco. It's like, well, you know, I'm not going to pay people to put me on TV. Let me do Choice TV, and I could put myself on TV. So everything I have is self-contained. It seems like it's what is it? It's not a part of it, but to me, it's a continuum of who I am and what I do. I just have to put it all. It's like a pie with different ingredients, so I just gotta
Right.
bake it. And everything was going smooth, but the pandemic kind of threw me off. Everything shut down, and then I had to move, and that's been the hardest thing is to keep everything going while you're in transition.
Yeah. Uh,
So that's how the magazine came. I answered your question, long story, but that's kind of how it came. And I
well,
do it.
don't you have a radio pro? I mean, a TV program?
That's Choice TV.
Okay. How
That's
did that
Choice
come about?
TV because I didn't want to keep paying people $400 and $500 a month to run my shows.
Okay.
And so and during this time, this was a couple of years ago now, Roku, you can put yourself on Roku, which is better than YouTube because you don't have any um restrictions. You can't
Oh,
say this, you can't
how
say
long
that on
Roku
YouTube.
been in? How long they been in business?
I don't know, but every TV has Roku on it. um Maybe the last 10 years. How long have I had Roku?
Cause it seemed like to me when a lot of programs get started, they don't have no restrictions. But when
They
they
don't.
start getting a broad bait, that's when the restrictions come.
Well, you have Netflix, you have all these apps, Roku, Netflix, Peacock, Amazon Prime. You can say whatever you want. You can say
Oh,
whatever you
okay.
want, and that's the
What?
good thing about not being under YouTube. You know,
Right, right. Because I remember at one time when YouTube didn't have that many restrictions. What do our fans have to say? Do they have any questions to ask you?
let me see.
Because I'm pretty sure they ready. They waiting to talk to you.
Let me see if I can. I'm still new at this on this side, so I'm still trying to figure out, um, how to work everything. So we do have some fans out there. Um, they're saying, hi, hi, Lay Lay. Um,
Hey,
they're saying, listen, listen. Sky is out there. Let's see what else they're saying. Okay, I have one question. They're saying, what motivates me? Um, yeah, what motivates me? I'm motivated by the opportunity that's afforded to me to create, and not only for myself, but I just think women of all sizes, all shapes, all ages should have an opportunity to do modeling, acting, uh, yoga, dancing, whatever you want to do. You should have that opportunity, and you should not allow society to determine what you can do and what you can't do. I
Right.
think it's up to you to do what inspires you, to do what makes you happy, to make you, whatever makes you feel good. So that I'm motivated by the opportunity that we have in this time, right here in this time. Because when I started, like when I was 18, 17, 18, there was no YouTube. There
Right.
was no social media. There was no IG. I mean, you had to literally mail your headshots or word of mouth. If you had an agent, So that's what I'm thinking. That's what inspires me.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have to understand, and when I'm talking about a lot of people, I'm talking mainly about minority, people of color. Um, it's very important for us to have a piece of social media and have a voice that we could put out to the mass of the people,
Yeah.
because we always had other people telling our stories, because
Mhm.
we never had the access to social media and to the mass of the people.
Yeah.
But now that we do, I think a lot of people of color should get involved, because now, once they do that, they could start uh, 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 developing society the way from our perspective.
Yeah. I think it's important, that we create our own opportunities. That's another thing, that I wasn't the one who sit back was like, oh, they didn't, sign me to this agency, or oh, they didn't use me in this show. Make your own show. Do your own
That's
show.
right.
Start
Make
your
your
own agency.
listen.
Yeah.
Why should we sit at other people's table when
Mhm.
we could have build our own table?
Right, right. Yeah.
Let's build our own table.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to sit at nobody else's table.
Right, right. And YouTube, they will cut you off if you say the wrong thing,
Right,
and you say I guess if you use profanity. I don't know a lot about the rules and regulations, but I think if you do your own thing, you have your own app, um, you can say whatever you want. You have your
right,
own platform, and YouTube they'll restrict you. They'll cut you off, and a lot of people depend on that for income now. That's their job.
right. Yeah,
I
and that's what I'm saying. We fallen under other people rules and regulations.
Yeah, yeah,
And when it's get to a point where people get adapted to that,
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
have to break the psychological chain
yeah.
and build our own platform. Then we could cut off who we want to cut off.
Exactly. Um, I just think it's important that we have unlimited opportunities to do whatever whatever we can dream of, whatever we can conceive, we can do it. And, and when I started back again after, I got divorced and had my kids, my mother was active. She
What's wrong with your sound, Jamila? It's an echo.
Can you hear me?
You have it. Do you have on two phones? Well, you still an echo. But let's get to the our fans. Do our fans have anything to say? I'm pretty sure, you know, being that you're already there, they want to know, you know, I'm pretty sure they have some questions. Well, I think Jamila trying to fix what's going on, and she would definitely be right back, because it's important that we know, you know, how things run, how the system run, how the media run, how the magazine run. It's very important. You don't have to have a big magazine company. Start off small. You'd be surprised of the fans that you will pick up once you start having subject of substance. So everybody hold on. If y'all have any comments, any questions, you know, don't hesitate. This is what this show is for. I think Jamila trying to work everything out, which is a good idea.
Okay, here we go. Hey.
Here she go.
I lost connection.
Yeah, she was missing. Time. She was missing an action for a few minutes. Well, we want to know. Do the fans have any questions they want to ask you?
Okay, hold on. Let me keep it over here. I don't know why that went off. Okay, we do have a question. It said, how long have you and Lay been working together?
Listen, it seemed like an eternity, huh?
No,
it seemed like it's an eternity. But Jamila's going to give you the rundown on that.
How long has it been? No, really.
I don't know, but you know, I think it's been a couple of months.
Well, we met about a year ago, I guess, or
roughly.
God, it's been, you know, everything's been a blur.
Listen, I move fast. I want y'all to know I move very fast.
Yeah, you move fast.
You know
everything is a blur. I'm just going to say about a year.
When me and Jamila met, we just clicked.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, one thing led to another. You know, when you speak to somebody on your level or have some type of substance, then you have a lot to talk about. Yeah. One thing will lead to another, and pretty soon, you know, y'all doing business together. But it seemed like me and Jamila been interviewing and working on this radio for eternity.
Oh my God, eternity is a long time. I would say about 6 months. I think we had the talent show, and Lay was on consistently for like 3 or 4 weeks. We would come back. We had different categories.
Right.
I can't even remember what month that was. And Lay wouldn't go away. So he's like, I'm here. Let me in. This is, you know.
That's right. Listen, let me in. And you know what? You know, she had the show on a day where, you know, I'm really just, you know, relaxed, and that's on a Sunday. So, you know, a lot of Sundays, you know, I'll be home just chilling. So, you know, I don't have anything to do. So This fit right in.
Mm.
Every Sunday I would get in and say, get me on live. Get me on live. She got to a point, said, no, I'm going to get you to be a host.
Here we go. Yeah, it's been, I think we've been knowing each other about a year, and I would just say roughly 6 months. We've been interviewing. I like Lay's perspective because he's a very positive person, and Lay, you come from a political, a Bible perspective, and he mixed the scriptures in with common sense, and that's what and he has a different perspective. He has a totally different perspective than what I do. And we always seem to agree though. It's never like any I want to say discrepancies, but there's never any conflict. We seem to be on the same page about things. As I said, well, what do you think about this? And you'll say, well, what do you think about this? And I say, blah, blah, blah. And he'll say, well, something else. And it's okay, whatever. So we've been able to build a business relationship and friendship.
Yes, we definitely have some good shows.
Yeah.
Before we took a little absence, but now things are picking up. We back on. Our fans is finding out we on. They rolling with us, and we have a lot coming up. Now we're gonna have a lot of legends and a lot of stars coming on. It's time to take things to another level. Pretty soon I'm gonna be going out to different functions, and we're gonna go live when I do that. Or Jamila might go to a different function, and we're going live.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Next week I'm gonna be at the LA Convention Center with Mr. Debonair, the Beautiful You Tour. So hopefully if I can get somebody to, help me.
Where's that located at?
That's the LA Convention Center, downtown LA. I think it's on.
Oh, that's where you at?
Yeah, on Figueroa, downtown. So I'll be there with him next week. And we'll just see what's coming up. There's a lot of, good things that, celebrities, but just everyday people. They have something to say. They have a voice. They want to. What I like about the show is the people that come on. Yeah, they've gone through some stuff, but they're here to help other people. I not me per se, but I had a couple of models. They came on. Well, I had cancer. I know what it's like going through chemo. I know what it's like if you need help, if you need somebody to go to chemo with you. I mean, that's what life is about. We go through a lot of trials and tribulations, but what do we learn and how can we help other people?
That's right.
So that's what this show is about also. And like you said, we're trying to get celebrities on. I like to know what they've been doing since that last hit record, what's the trials and tribulations, and how has life been, so that's what I want to know.
Right. So how many years you been in business now, Jamila?
I started, like I said, in 2010. So it's like kind of with the very first agent, besides when I was like, 18 or 17, 18, going to the Fashion Institute, but really seriously, since 2010. I got my first
Was
agent.
it time consuming? Was it financial, economically exhausting, or?
During that time, like when I started, like I said, I had got laid off from my teaching job, so I just used my unemployment, and that was good because I was making good money. So I was always able to have a little money, and then the money I had, I invested it in headshots, clothes, makeup,
Okay.
hair, and I would drive from that time. I lived in the Bay Area, so from the
Okay.
Bay Area to from the Bay Area to LA is 386 miles. So I would come down and do my everything. I have to do it in LA. My headshots. My agent was here. You know, I had came down and did auditions, but somehow, it was okay. My niece was in Bakersfield, so I would stay. Bakersfield was like maybe 100 miles from LA at the bottom of the hill. I would stay with her and then just drive up the hill the next morning and have an audition and then come back. I did the pilot for Paternity Court, and I watch it all the time. But we did the pilot, and you know what they said? This is what they told us, like when we came in there, they said this is something serious, and this is money for my grandkids. I'll never forget it. For my grandkids, for for generational wealth.
Oh, when you
And
were dealing with the pilot of what?
paternity court.
Ex-
Paternity court.
Explain that.
Oh, you never watched Paternity Court with Lauren Lake? You the daddy,
Oh, Judge Judy and them.
No, I did another. I did another. I did another court show too, but this is Lauren Lake Paternity Court where they do the paternity test.
Oh,
I think that
oh.
was about 8 or 9 years ago because she has a lot of hits on YouTube now, and she said they're not filming anymore, but she's going to I guess a different network. But when I went there for to do the pilot, I think they paid us like $500, but they said this is serious. This is something that my kids. I'm sending my kids to school, my grandkids. So they're saying this is generational wealth, and don't come in here playing.
Right,
And I
right.
will never forget that. And they ran, like I said, they were on the air for 8 or 9 years.
Oh man.
Yeah, they were on the air for a long, long time. I'm trying to think. I did another court show. um, it was like Judge Judy. Um, God, it was Perez or something. It was a blonde judge.
So they probably pick up a lot of sponsors and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fun being
They
on
probably
set.
still eating off of repeats and stuff like that.
They live in large off that. Even like the YouTube, she has like 9 million hits, in any
Oh
given
man.
show. Yeah, but yeah, they when they were serious, they came in there and they let us
They had a
know.
plan, they executed the plan, and
Yeah.
they stuck to it.
Yeah, and I was very proud to be a part of that. It was something I was doing. I don't know if you heard of Fruitvale Station. That was shot in Oakland. Fruitvale Station, where Oscar Grant, he got shot by the BART police. The BART police is like our
I heard of
subway.
that thing.
So yeah, so I did that, and I'm on the set. I come in there, and they shooting dice. It was what's this guy named Michael B. Jordan? I didn't know him then, right? There's a bunch of guys. They sitting there shooting craps in front of the church. In front of the church. I said, "Oh my God, what?"
Don't you know Michael B. Jordan is working on a movie called Mansa Musa?
You were telling me about that.
Oh yeah, I read that on social media, and
Wow.
I think they are pitting up the money.
Wow. So is it Ryan Kliger? Is he doing that too? Kreger?
Who is that? The director?
Yeah, he did Fruitvale Station. He did Black Panther.
Yeah, I think. See, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Hold on, this is the Assemblyman. Hello.
Okay.
What's going on? What you doing?
Tell him you're on TV. Tell him you're on Girl
I'm
Talk.
on TV with Jamila Jay, Woman Talk. Well, the topic. Well, matter of fact, we might do an interview on you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, you can listen in. Jamila, send him a link.
Okay, what's his name?
His name Eric Stevenson.
Okay. Is he on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, Eric Steve. Okay,
She's gonna send you a link right now.
Eric Stevenson.
So not finished, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gonna be on the show because he's talking to you. So
Yeah. We're gonna get you on the show.
Eric Stevenson.
I'll call you when I'm finished. Yo, she gonna send you the link. Yeah, that's the former assemblyman.
Okay.
Yeah, me and him went to Egypt together.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was we talking about before we were interrupted by the assemblyman?
Yeah, we was talking about the apps and stuff like that.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah,
So
Michael B. Jordan.
He did.
Him and the guy, the director of Panther, putting the money together to do Mansa Musa.
That's Ryan Coogler.
If that director do it, it's gonna be man.
Yeah. That's
I would
Ryan
like to put some
Coogler.
money to that.
Yeah. So yeah, I did Fruitvale Station with them, and I didn't even know that they did Black Panther. I was watching The View.
Don't you know that was his first movie?
Yeah, not Black Panther, but Fruitvale Station. Fruitvale Station was his first movie, and it went all through the Sundance Film Festival.
I thought Black Panther was his first movie.
No, that was his second movie.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I don't maybe funded, but see, he did Fruitvale Station with USC. I don't know the affiliation, but I know when we were on set, there was another lady on set with me, and her sister was a teacher there. So I don't know how that works. I don't know if it was his student film or whatever, but maybe Black Panther was his major funded film through Disney or whatever. But they
didn't spend too much money for that movie.
I don't know how much they spent for Black Panther.
Yeah, no, they ain't spent too much money because a lot of people didn't get too much money. They didn't get paid too much money. They didn't know the movie was gonna take off like the way it did.
Right, yeah. Well, they're doing Black Panther 2 now, and like you said, they're doing.
And I heard Black Panther 2 is whoa.
Wow, gotta watch it.
Yeah, I heard it's whoa.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of how it started. Mm-hmm.
But they picked a good one to do now. And this one here is Mansa Musa.
Okay.
Listen, everybody in the audience, if y'all don't know about Mansa Musa, y'all need to do a research on him. Mansa Musa, he was a king out of the Mali Empire. They say right now, you could put Michael Gates and all of them, Donald Trump, all of them together, and it wouldn't amount up to the money that Mansa Musa have today.
Wow. Wow. Okay. We got to check that out.
They
So
said he used
it's
to
in
travel.
production?
They said, yeah, they said he used to
16
travel
hours.
from Ghana all the way down to Mecca on camels and elephant. Every city he went through, he brought down the economy with diamonds and gold.
Wow. Wow.
Could you imagine?
Wow. That's something. That's something. So,
They said when the world found out it was a man this rich, they wanted to know where he was from. And this is what caused a lot of Europeans to come up into Africa.
what like BC AD, when was this?
This was like the 1500s.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, Lay, it's about 1:00. I know you got to talk to your assemblyman.
Well, no, we finished interviewing you.
No, it's 1:00. I was just wondering if you had any questions, anything else you wanted to ask me.
Yes.
Our goal is to educate, enlighten, and entertain, and so that's
But
what
we have to see what the audience, do they have anything else they want to ask? Because I think they should, especially if they in
Let's check out
into the industry.
Let's check out the okay, I have a question here. They said, what do I like doing best? Acting, modeling, or like being an entrepreneur? Oh, that's a hard question.
Boy, if you ask me that, I can answer it.
Okay. Go ahead.
But that question is for you. But I'm going to answer a question if it was directed to me. Entrepreneur, I love it.
You love being an entrepreneur?
Oh, I love it.
Why?
Well, because entrepreneur is basically gearing and guiding and directing their own destiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their own destiny. But you got to make a lot of entrepreneurs, I mean good entrepreneurs, they visionaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
They planning where they're going to be 10, 15 years from now. It's like, I don't know if people play checkers and chess. And I always advocate and tell people there's a difference between playing checkers and playing chess. Now, when you play checkers, you won it right now. That's like if you fight in a war. You might win the battle, but your checker man gonna win the war. And that's what I like.
I think entrepreneur is freedom. Being an entrepreneur is freedom, but it's frustration at the same time, because how can I say this? You're trying to give your vision to the world, and sometimes people don't understand it. Sometimes people can't relate to it. So even sometimes I think it's too much. It's too much for some people, and you try to execute your vision through other people. Just like I was gonna say like a filmmaker. You have a vision of how you see the set, how you see each take, and the cameraman coming in and out and going around, whatever. So you gotta explain your vision to all these people, and sometimes they get it, and sometimes they don't. But for me, it's frustrating because I want to give opportunities to people, and some people don't want it. And it's like, well, what is she getting out of it? Or what does she want at the end of the day? It's like, I just want to give you exposure, And so they take that, I don't know how to explain it. They take that, my gift that I want to give to them and to the world, and they think, well, they're thinking something else. But I think for me, I turn it inward. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna have to give that to myself. I'm gonna have to really start going out and acting and modeling and doing all those things again myself because I love it so much. And I don't feel like I have to prove anything, but I just, it's just part of me now. And if I give it to you, you don't want it. Well, hey, I'll take it myself.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I like photography. I like being in front of the camera. I love modeling. I love being on set. It's a lot of downtime. It's like sit and wait, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, you know, in society, you have good, you have bad, you have right, you have wrong. Things is not going to always go a person's way.
Yeah.
God said if he made everything right, he wouldn't need nobody.
Right.
So I'm saying that anytime you have a problem or things is not going your way, just sit back and say to yourself, I'm going to work this through.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let this get to me.
No.
Cause what's happening when you be successful, that's when you're going to have a lot of obstacles. Either you're going to let the obstacles stop you, or you're going to get over them obstacle and be successful.
Yeah.
That's how I take things.
Yeah.
I said, I don't want nobody to give me nothing. If somebody got to give it to me, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to people giving me. I'm used to working to it.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you appreciate that more.
That's right. That's true. Absolutely.
Then, do you understand the mental and the mentally capacity that what you're going through to achieve what you want? Imagine if you get through it.
Yeah.
So all you doing is building up your mental capability, and it's going to be stronger and stronger. So when you have 10 people saying what you can do, and you looking at them and saying, this guy don't even know what he talking about. Now, when you get over all of that, and they see you 2 years later, they say, oh my God, this guy, whoa. The same people that tell you what you couldn't do. But if you see that vision, don't let nobody stop you. Like me, I cannot get into anything. I can't do nothing. I cannot get into anything if I can't see a vision. Like I tell people that's down with me, I said, listen, if you got a plan, if you could convince me, if you could paint a picture where I could see that plan, I'm going to help you with it. You can't convince me and don't paint a picture, I can't mess with you.
When you say vision, what is that? How does that look?
Vision is like, for instance, let's say that we're going to build a facility. You have the blueprints. you already did the drawing up. You already knew the breaks, the how we're going to be, the backyard swimming pool, and all of that. That's a vision that you have. That's your vision. But you want me to help you. You want me to put up the money. I don't have a problem putting up the money, but you have to paint me a picture where I can see that same vision. That's
Where do
just
you
like
think, where do you
looking
think
at a
visions
movie.
come from? Where do you think?
When you look at a movie, when you look at the movie, they paint you a picture.
Mhm.
They paint you a picture. If you read a book, they paint you a picture so you could vision it.
Where do you think visions come from?
Vision comes from your mental capability of visualizing.
But where do you get the ideas or the mental capability from?
From your thoughts.
Yeah.
Your thoughts.
Because I have I have visions, I have ideas, I have concepts, and it's like, well, how do I even
For anything to come out, for anything that be manifest, it have to be a thought first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have to think of this.
Yeah.
Then you start to manifest it.
But where do the thoughts come from? And I'm thinking, for me, when I have visions, and I have ideas, I have concepts, that I've been able to implement, but the full manifestation has not been able to be materialized. And I just think there's some things innate in us, and I think it comes from God. Because how would I even get these ideas? I'm not even,
Well, everything comes from God. Even your thoughts, your thinking, that
Yeah.
come from God. God said he give us knowledge and wisdom and understanding. That's already installed in us. He give us this to decipher from right and wrong. He said, plow the earth. He didn't say how, he said plow. So he left it broad.
Yeah. But I think your ideas can be shifted too by society, by TV, by peers, and I guess it goes back to right and wrong, good and bad, decipher the good. But it's something to think about.
No, listen, you can listen, even if something is bad, you can learn from.
Yeah.
You can learn from.
Yeah.
You would learn whatever went bad not to do it again.
Right. Yeah.
A person intellect, our thoughts will recognize when something is wrong. You know what I mean? Our thoughts will, our body, our movement will say, nah. Something ain't right about that.
Intuition, your gut.
Something ain't right about it. I'm not messing with that.
Right.
This is something that's already building us. This is why a lot of women have men. And when the woman find out what the men are doing, the woman say, no, leave that alone. Don't you go over there. So and so. And he wound up going over there, and he messed up.
Yeah.
Then he get in jail and say, man, I knew I should have listened to my woman.
Mm-hmm.
She told me don't do that.
Yeah, that woman intuition.
That's right.
My mother used to say, "My mind never fooled me."
That's
You know,
right.
yeah, my mind never fooled me. Yeah, but sometimes we know we hear the voice of God, but still we want to do what we want to do.
Yeah. Well,
Regardless.
it happens a lot.
Yeah,
You live and you learn.
yeah, yeah,
Some people do it and don't understand what their capabilities are.
yeah.
And this is why we do it. But when we know who we are, we know our capabilities, and say, nah, man, I ain't messing with that. It ain't even, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Lay. So we're gonna get out of here. Is there you have any final questions or anything else you'd like to say before we close?
Yes, definitely to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
We are working on a lot of things right now to make Jamila Jay Girl Talk even better than what it is.
Yeah.
Just, hold on. We're going to come on every Sunday at 3 o'clock.
12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
And 3 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
So
excited. I'm excited. There's something I want to do, Lay, and I've been thinking about this all week. I didn't talk to you before. It's been a busy week, but last week I think we should have did it. I was at a concert a couple of years ago in Berkeley, and I don't know if you know Kim. He's a musician and a singer. It was Kim. It was like one of those festivals. Kim, Will Downing, and some other people. But Kim, he closed the show, and what he did was he prayed for the audience. And I will never forget that moment because people were going crazy. Do you think that we can pray for our audience? What he did was he blessed the family, he blessed the finances, he blessed the marriages, he blessed the relationships, he blessed the kids. You think we can do that?
yes,
Okay,
go ahead, close it out.
go ahead. You're gonna do it.
Um,
I was just giving you what I had been thinking all week, and I was just thinking about Jim and Diamond. What they're doing is so phenomenal, and I want to send some blessings out to them too, working with all those young people in the way that they
I'm
do.
going to start it off like this. Oh God, please bless Jamila J Girl Talk and all the people that came on in entertainment. Some of them wasn't even entertainment. Some of them was models. Some of them wasn't even models. Some of them just had things that they wanted to get off their chest. They wanted they wanted to talk about. Please bless them. Let them know we are still here with them. And please bless Jamila. Please bless me. Hold us in your hand.
Yes.
Hold us in your thoughts. When things is not going right, just like you said, if we believe in you, we cannot go wrong. We don't want to go wrong. If we go wrong, we will go astray. And we refuse to go astray. So we would definitely believe in you. Amen.
Amen. Hey, that's a good way to close the show. And, bless everybody that's
That's
watching.
right.
Bless their families and their
That's right.
finances and their homes and their children, God, and just
And be prepared for next Sunday.
next Sunday.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go.
We have a lot of things going on. We don't want to talk about it until paperwork be signed.
Yeah. Yeah.
When the paperwork be signed, it's going to be on.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you, Sky, for always being there for us and having our back, and
Yes,
sharing and the comments and all you do.
that's
We
right. She's in
appreciate
our
you.
blessing.
Yeah, blessings to Sky, and bless you, Lay, for things have been rough, but you give me that 1, 2, get up, let's get it,
That's
and I
right.
appreciate
That's
that.
what it's
We
about.
need that. We need that, and to persevere. So I
That's
just
right.
thank
This
you.
is what it's about, to
Yeah,
help one another,
yeah,
because you never know when I might need help.
yeah, yeah. I may have to give it back to you. That
That's
tough
right.
love.
That's right.
That tough love. So we're very fortunate
If it's
right
not
at this
tough, I
moment.
don't want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me the tough love.
That's hmm.
That's
All
right.
right, all right. So we're glad we're here. I'm glad we have this opportunity. So a little bit about Jamila Jay and who I am, what
How our fan base doing?
huh?
How was our fan base doing?
Everybody's doing good. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna take this on YouTube and just share it to everybody, and I'm gonna ask them to share it because this is like a rare moment where I don't get opportunity to tell people about myself, and I really, I don't really like talking about myself, like this, but it was a good
Well,
thing.
it's good to know, let your fans know who you are,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
you really are.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what you done been through. You've been through a struggle to get where you at.
yeah, yes,
And this will give them the motivation.
yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but we just appreciate everybody who support us. So we gonna peace out. You ready to peace out? You
Yeah.
got something else to
Yes.
say, Doctor Lay Lay?
Yes.
So we gonna peace out. We're gonna share this. Please share this broadcast. Anybody that may like it. You never know.
That's
And
right.
we'll see you next Sunday, same place, same time. And until then, we just want to say
Peace.
peace. God bless you. Thank you. Hold on.